My ex married our couple's therapist a year later. Should I report her? I never imagined I'd be in a position to wonder if reporting a therapist was just being petty. But here we are. A few years ago, when I was 25, I was dating a man who was 36. It was a turbulent relationship. He could be charming and magnetic one moment, critical and controlling the next. Eventually, he suggested we try couples counseling. He picked the therapist himself, made the appointments, paid for everything. I went along with it because I thought maybe it would help. From the very first session, something felt off. She was overly warm to him, borderline flirtatious. She never asked how I felt or what I needed. She focused completely on his complaints about me. She told me outright that I was immature, that I wasn't ready for a real relationship, and that maybe I shouldn't even be in therapy. I left every session feeling like I was losing my mind. When I tried to tell my boyfriend I thought she was behaving unprofessionally, he called me delusional. After 3 sessions, I refused to go back. 2 months later, our relationship finally fell apart, though I still had to live in our shared apartment for a while until I could get out. That December, I went by to pick up my mail, and that's when I saw her. The therapist. She was there with my ex, about to climb onto his motorcycle. They were both wearing helmets, but everything in me knew it was her. The hair, the body language, the way he was looking at her. It felt like confirmation of every instinct I'd had. But I moved on. I rebuilt my life. I didn't think about either of them much until just recently, when a friend sent me a picture from Facebook. My ex was celebrating his 1-year wedding anniversary with her. I looked her up. Sure enough, she'd changed her last name. They'd gotten married less than a year after our breakup, barely over a year after those counseling sessions. I felt sick to my stomach. Not because I cared about my ex. I thank the universe every day I'm not with him. But because I realized I had trusted a professional in a vulnerable moment, and she'd betrayed that trust in a way that could be harmful to other people too. I started wondering if I should report her to the American Counseling Association. Some friends told me it would look petty. Others, especially those in mental health, said I absolutely should. Apparently, dating a client within a year of treatment is a major ethics violation, sometimes enough to lose a license. Part of me worried I'd look like the bitter ex. But another part of me couldn't stop thinking about what she said in those sessions. How she tried to convince me I was the problem, that I was unlovable. How she used her authority to validate every terrible thing he said to me. The comments I got when I asked for advice were overwhelming. Therapists chimed in to say, please report her. One person put it perfectly. It's very rare to be presented with the opportunity to screw over your ex while doing the morally right thing. I couldn't argue with that. I also realized something I hadn't thought much about before. My ex controlled the entire process. He picked the therapist. He scheduled everything. I never signed any consent forms. I just showed up, trying to save a relationship that was already dead. Looking back, it feels like she was never neutral at all. Like maybe she'd been inappropriately involved with him from the start. After I shared more about what happened, a friend decided to dig a little deeper. She found out this therapist had been practicing under 3 different last names. Under her first name, she'd been charged with a DUI involving property damage in 2014. She also had multiple 1-star reviews on Healthgrades. I couldn't shake the feeling that I wasn't her first victim, and wouldn't be her last. So I decided, I'm reporting her. Not because I'm jealous, not because I care who my ex marries, but because someone who abuses their professional power doesn't deserve to keep it. I want to believe that she and my ex really did fall in love. Maybe it was worth it to them. Maybe they'll be together forever. I honestly don't care. But she shouldn't be sitting across from another vulnerable person, pretending to help while secretly pursuing her own agenda. Sometimes it's hard to separate your feelings about a bad relationship from the ethics of what happened around it. But in this case, I'm sure. I don't want anyone else to feel the way I did walking out of her office, thinking maybe I really was worthless. So yes, I'm reporting her. And if anyone thinks that's petty, I can live with it. Because no therapist should ever make a client feel the way she